Hello, everybody. Welcome to From the Logo. Today, we're going to start off a series of videos talking about potential trade targets the Blazers could go after. The trade deadline is coming up. When is it, Colton? Do you know the exact date?
It's February.
Yeah, right around the All-Star break, usually, right? So,
Yeah, let's do
February 8th.
February 8th.
February. Hey,
Okay.
coming
So,
up.
the the first target we're going to talk about today was suggested by Colton, and it is a Golden State Warrior. Now, I know a lot of Blazer fans out there are going to be hesitant to trade with the Warriors, but hear him out. He's got an idea. Let's hear it, Colton.
Okay. I'm not even sure I want to trade with the Warriors. Let's just start out by saying that. All right. We own the Warriors first round pick. So we want them to be bad. It's top four protected. So it's kind of a wonky trade situation. Will the Blazers and Warriors even want to trade with each other because the GP2? Uh, Throwing all that aside, I just want to look at Jonathan Kuminga really quick. Young prospect, fits the Blazers timeline, has looked really good when he's been out there playing. Warriors fans are very angry that Jonathan Kuminga is not getting minutes. He's getting benched for Corey Joseph. When he's out there, he's been playing well from what I've seen. And I don't know if Steve Kerr is favoring his veterans, probably, but it shows that two timelines doesn't really work. We've seen that before as Blazer fans. And it even led Jonathan Kuminga to come out and say he has lost trust in Steve Kerr's ability to let him reach his potential. So I think he'd be an interesting
Wow.
candidate to acquire, and I'm really curious what it would take. I think that the Blazers could maybe work something around with their Golden State Warriors pick, but I'd rather have a lottery pick this season from them if it's going to be a lottery pick. But what I'll leave it with is this: if somebody else is going to trade with the Warriors and make them better, I would want to sneak in there and just say, hey, can we get rid of this first round pick for Kuminga? Because I don't want to, late first round pick. I'd rather have Kuminga. But if the Warriors are going to keep being bad, I'd rather have the lottery pick. Kind of a weird one.
Yeah, I mean that definitely puts us in an interesting position with the fact that we need the Warriors to continue being really bad, although not too bad because it is protected. So it's an interesting spot that we're in. It's an interesting spot we've been in with the Warriors just as fans trying to figure out who to root for. For the most part, we're rooting against the Warriors, but they can't be too bad. But I don't think that's going to happen this year. They look like they're good enough to, probably not be in one of those protected spots. So we need them to lose. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of tension in Golden State right now. We've seen tension with the between the coaching staff and a couple of players. I think both Kuminga and even maybe Wiggins is a little bit unhappy with the way things are going. I heard that Wiggins might be a little bit like on the trade block. I don't think we have anything that would necessarily entice him for that. But talking about Kuminga, I'm afraid that they overvalue Kuminga a little bit too, and that we might not have anything that would entice them. I mean, they're talking about maybe trying to go for Siakam for Kuminga, and they're saying that might not be enough. So if Siakam's not enough for them to get going on a trade, I don't know that we have anything that's really going to make them move either. So that's kind of what I'm worried about. At the same time, there definitely is some room to get into Golden State and try to do something. If they're going to make a trade anyway, like you said, we don't need to worry that much about accidentally making them better this year because it's probably just too late. And if somebody's going to do it, we might as well try to, profit off of them a little bit. But yeah, I could see Kuminga moving. I could see Wiggins moving. What's interesting is do they move both of them? If they decide to move Wiggins, do they still move Kuminga or do they now need Kuminga? I don't know.
Yeah, they just lost Chris Paul for a month, too. It's another added wrinkle into this situation. I think they're going to struggle to make a guaranteed playoff spot. I think they'll probably be in the play in. Um, as far as Kaminga's fit with Portland, he doesn't really like blow me away. Nothing super exciting, but he could be a decent fit. Seems like he position wise he fits pretty well. Size wise, he's got good size. How old is he? He's still probably pretty young, right? 22, 23, something like that. So
Yeah, he is young, and just keep going because 21. He's only
sweet.
21.
Okay. Yeah, he's young. He was a lottery pick, I think. So that classic Portland Trailblazers strategy of betting on a lottery pick that didn't work out in his first location. He's going to be the Mo Harkless, Al-Farouq Aminu next generation.
It is interesting that he's actually younger than Kamara. That's an interesting way to look at it, because it seems like
Wow.
Kuminga's been,
Like
going
two
for a little
years.
while already. Yeah. But Kamara's 23. So I was thinking Kuminga could come in and maybe kind of be a spot filler until Kamara gets up and running at full speed. But I don't know. Kamara's actually the veteran in that in that equation.
So
At least
Colton, your my feed with you glitched out a little bit as you're saying it. The trade you suggested was who for Kuminga?
I didn't actually suggest a full trade. I know that Brogdon would be valuable, and these could be 3-team deals, right? I know that they'd want a player like Jeremy Grant, and I don't know how Jeremy Grant's contract is viewed around the league. I don't know what it would take to kind of move that salary, but with Draymond being as volatile as he is, and I'm not saying give Brogdon and Grant for Kuminga at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying some of these
Thanks for
pieces,
clarifying. Thanks for
some of
clarifying.
these pieces may be on the way out already to a third team, to Golden State in this situation. If the Blazers aren't really finding picks, you got to look at young prospects, and I think Kuminga is actually a really good young prospect still. He shoots 50% from the floor, almost 13 points per game, 4 rebounds. And he just hasn't gotten that much of an opportunity. He's got the corpse of Klay Thompson ahead of him. He's got Draymond Green, WWE Draymond Green, and just the veteran laden squad. And like I said, I would want to see him with an opportunity. He would start here most likely right off the bat at that
You
wing
think so?
spot. I think so. Yeah, I think he should. And
Over Kamara?
I love what Tumani Kamara has been bringing. The shot has been awful. His offense has been awful. I'm not saying bench him, but I think Kuminga's the superior prospect, and Kamara has brought great defense. I'm not discrediting that. I'm just saying I think Kuminga would be a good addition to the Blazers' young core. Totally, he's on the timeline position. From what I've seen, plays solid defense and has offensive potential. So it'd be an interesting ad. I don't know if I'd want to trade with the Warriors because I'm just so done with them, but.
I feel like you're still kind of squirreling out of my answers. I'm going to try to pin you down here. What would you give up for him? Would you give up Brogdon? Would you give up a pick? Would be
I
specific.
wouldn't be giving, yeah. So I think this would come, like I said, in a 3-team deal. I mean, if it's Jeremy Grant going to the Warriors, I think that the Warriors would need to throw in another pick. I think that we already have their pick, but I think that we would get Kuminga and a pick. And to the people that say that sounds crazy, Jeremy Grant is scoring about 22 points per game and shooting 42% from three.
That honestly sounds like a bad deal for the Blazers, in my opinion. Like right off the bat, I'm like Jeremy Grant for a pick and Kuminga. I don't really like that, but maybe if I thought about it more and with the value, how highly valued number one overall picks are, maybe it does make more sense than it initially sounded like.
Yeah. I mean, again, I think it's going to be a 3-team trade if it happens. That's why it's hard to nail down a package, but
yeah.
I think you'd be an exciting person to add to the team. I think we have to be careful about how much we give up for him. I'll leave it at that.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning into our breakdown. Be on the lookout for more of these videos on the way. Let us know in the comments down below if you would like to see Kuminga on the Blazers. And also let us know other potential trade targets you'd like us to break down. Thanks, everyone. See you next time.
bye.